Welcome to our channel. Today I will be showing you how to work with pandas. So topic of our training today is data manipulation with pandas, a step-by-step guide. Before you start, you need to have few things. First, you need to have the data. So what I have done is I have downloaded the movies data set from Kaggle. How do you come to this? Very simple. You go to Google, say Kaggle movie data set, and this will take you to movie data set on Kaggle. You will download this file. When you download, this will come as a zip file. You will unzip it to the data file. So in my case, I have a training Python folder. I have unzipped it to movies data folder here. So download and keep it wherever you find it appropriate for your computer. But remember this path. You will need this for the actual work. Second part, you can use any editor for Python. I have used Anaconda, Jupyter, but you could have used anything like Google Colab. And if you've seen my tutorial before, and if you do not have access to a local setup, just go to the internet, look for Google Colab, and when you get there, you can create a new notebook, like by clicking here. In my case, today, I will show you how to work with Anaconda Jupyter notebooks. So go to the Start menu and look for Anaconda Navigator. Open this up. It will take a few seconds to start. And it's starting. So, and then while it's starting, the other thing you probably should be aware of, the official documentation. So the official documentation of Pandas is located here. That's pandas.pydata.org. And with any technology or any API or any tool, it's always a great idea for you to know the source and source documentation. So you can go and you can work with them. There's a lot of good content here. You have getting started here, you have user guide, you have API reference, and you have developer guide. So if you will start with your serious journey on data science and machine learning, you definitely would want to come here and look at the content. So meanwhile, I have my Anaconda Navigator started. I will go start my Jupyter notebook here. So I'll launch it. So it's running. And if you do not have the setup, you can download Anaconda from internet, or you can again go to Google Colab. So this will start your localhost 8891 on my computer. So the first thing, so let me close this window here. I'm going to create a new notebook. And let's give it a name. I'm going to give it Pandas tutorial. So the first thing first, if you need to work with pandas or anything in Python, you need to install that software first. You can go pip install pandas. Shift enter is a command to run, or you could have clicked on this play button here. So it will try to install pandas. If pandas already exists, you will get a comment. This the requirement already satisfied. The other neat thing to work with Python is always you can manually check if you have the dependencies there, or if you want to see what packages have been installed. So I have a bunch of them. So if I go scroll down, go to P, menu P, you will be seeing pandas here. Pandas. I have pandas 2.2.2. Okay, perfect. So to work with pandas, the first thing you need to do is import pandas spd. And the movies data set we just have downloaded, remember again the path to that file. So I'm going to give the path here. So if you look at my computer here, the path is, they like, the C users 15105 training Python movies data. So let's put that. The other thing you'll notice, because backward slash is considered escape character in programming languages, I will need to put one more to escape those characters. And this is the folder, and the file, for example, I could take movies metadata.csv. This will have some good uh, content. So let's do that. So this will ensure that the file has been read. And this is warning me that some columns, they have mixed data types. And that happens often when you work on data science or any new data set. And there are multiple ways you can deal with this. So that's not the scope of our discussion today. But in one of the tutorials, I'll be showing you how do you clean up data, or how do you do if you have, let's say, missing data, or data has different format, or data is incorrectly computed or shown. But for now, we have the data read. And if you want to see movies, the easiest will be, you can just say movies and see. So this gives you 45,466 rows here and 24 columns. If you wonder, and this is just too many records for you to really go through. So you can just say movies.head. The head will show you the first 5 columns. It's zero-based index in most of the programming languages. It starts 0, goes to 4. You can look at first 5 rows. You can also look at, let's say, movies.columns. This will give you the list of all columns here. You can go through the columns here, but you can see when you do head, it does not show you all the columns. So when you say movies.columns, you can see all the columns. And then you can try to figure out what columns may be relevant for you to work with, and which, may not be very useful. And going back to the head command, if you just want to see, let's say, one row, you can say movies.head 1. It will give you 1 row. So that gives a little bit like, more organized output. Other things you probably can do with a shape command. If you're interested in like how many rows do I have here, 45,466, and how many columns do I have? So there is some really good set of commands, basic commands given here that can help you understand more. The command I like is movies.info. When you do it, it shows you the column ID, the column name, what type of records here, 45466 rows, not null, and the data type is object. And some of them are objects, some of them are float 64. The other thing you can do is, if you are looking at only numerical fields, you can also do command describe. So that will show you revenue, runtime, vote average, vote count. They're all numerical fields, and you can see like how many counts, mean, standard deviation, min, 25th percentile to 50th percentile, 75th percentile, and max. And that can be useful sometimes when you're looking at data. Other command you will find very useful. Let's say you're interested in seeing only the first 3 rows. So you say movies colon 3 in the parentheses. So that way it displays you the first 3 rows. You can give a range also. So let's say you say I want to see from 3 to let's say 5 here. So that will display you 3 to 5. Uh, uh, Small mistake here. So 3 colon 5. So you can see third and fourth. And if you want to go beyond a certain row, so you can also say, let's say 5 colon. So this will give you all the rows after 5. Double mistakes here, right? So the data frame is called movies, so I need to put the movies and just say what's the starting row index and where does it go. So it has 5 onwards all the way to the end. So these are some of the basic operations on how do you visualize the content. Let's say you want to work with your data and you want to put any kind of conditions. So you can also do that. So let's say here I will put, so I'm saying give me movies and give me movies with revenue more than 1 million. And if you want to put this in another variable, you can do it. You can leave it where it is. For now, what I'll do is I'll put this in a new variable and I will try to print this. So it prints all the movies which is revenue more than 1 million. You probably can't see it here, but if you just want to see revenue, you can also do that. So all of them have more than $1 million revenue. And you can also do things like, let's say I want to know not just what the revenue, I also want to know the title of the movie. So you can pick and choose the columns. Did I miss title? Oh, so if you have multiple columns, you need to be careful. So you can pass only one list as part of this. So what I've done, I've put all the column names together in this. So you have this outer parenthesis, and if see inside that I have a single list being passed here with 2 values, title and revenue. So that way, number of arguments passing to this function is only 1, but you have multiple values inside title and revenue. And you can say title, how much revenue you got, and so on. And you can do the same things. For example, here, if you wanted to look at like only the first 5, so you can do head. You can put everything we just talked about earlier. You can say, show me only 2 rows. So that's also possible. The other thing you'll find useful is manipulating the data frame. So for example, let's say I go back and look at the columns here. So you can see there are multiple columns. And let's say I decide that this column, any column like adult, I do not need. So I can go and I can drop it. So to drop it, I'll say movies to drop. The column I want to drop is on the current axis, and I'll replace the new list with the old list where it is. It's in place. And if I want to go and display it, you can do, let's say, movies dot columns. So you can say that adult column is gone because we've dropped it here. You can also replace a column name. Let's say I have a column name belongs to collection, and I want to just call this collection. So that's also possible. And the way that works is, columns belongs to collection, and so this is the original column name colon the new column name. And you often will do this because you may have a need, you might have data in certain format, or certain columns are expected in your processor. So you may have to do it, or maybe sometimes just to make it clear, belongs to collection may not make sense, collection may make more sense. So there are multiple reasons why you might be renaming your columns. So here I have done it. If I go run this column again, you will see that in place of belongs to collection, I have the collection here. Um, then once you have manipulated, often you would like to write your data somewhere. If you want to write to a CSV, it says movies to CSV, and you can give the CSV output, and then that will be writing it to a CSV file. So let's confirm if that happened. This is my data. Let's see. This should have created. Let me check why. Users. Oh, path here. Uh, and I should have put training path, and that's okay. The path I'll change later, but you can see the files have been created, both data CSV and data2.csv. And I can open that with the tool of your choice. So I have a CSV file opener with Excel, so I'll do that. It's a fairly large file. So of course it gives you the convert, not convert, that's fine for now. The point I'm trying to make here is that you can use Pandas to create a CSV file. You can also create an Excel file. So movies to Excel, the file name, index equals false. And to run, shift enter, that's what I do. You can also click on the play button here. And you can see asterisk here, meaning it's still running. So for Excel generation, because the file size is big, it has 45,461 records, so it takes a little bit of time, which is fine. So I'll show that you in a second how this Excel SX file look like. It will look like any normal Excel file. And so you should do it on your computer and see how the output looks like for you. And with that, again, my recommendation will be you should always read the Pandas official documentation and see how things are there, because some of the versions keep changing. So it's definitely a good place to be learning about the latest and greatest APIs. Um, with that, let's see if the XLS file got created. Yes, the file is created here, 17 MB, which is a fairly big file. I'll open that with Excel. And so far, and you can see the file is loading here. It will take a few seconds and then this will load. So the file has loaded and you can show that you have created an Excel file. With that, I want to thank you for being here looking at the training session today. And if you like the tutorial, please subscribe to our channel. Let us know if you get any issues with the project. If you have any challenges, put in the comments and let me know what else you would like to see in coming weeks. I plan to cover matplotlib, Seaborn, scikit, library, and many more. So any comments, let us know. I really appreciate your time. Thank you.